If one cartridge requires 100 grams of pressure to activate and another requires 200 grams, it's clear that in the second case the machine's motor is subjected to double the load, which undoubtedly results in a proportional loss of power. Hello friends. In this episode, I want to show you a practical method related to tattoo cartridges that, personally, I haven't seen anywhere on the internet. I paid attention to this because the point we'll discuss ultimately affects your tattoo machine's performance and, consequently, the quality of your work. That's why I decided to conduct an experiment that would reveal one of the specific characteristics of certain cartridges and help enrich the overall understanding of a particular model. Let's take a look. Here you can see the silicone diaphragm, and this seemingly insignificant detail actually has two extremely important functions. First, it acts as a kind of spring that returns the needle coming out of the tube back to its starting position. And second, it serves as the main barrier that prevents ink entering the tattoo machine, which can damage your device and also become a cause of cross-contamination. For those who don't know, I'll also show you what the first generation of cartridges looked like in this regard, and what is the main difference between the old and the new concept. Unlike modern cartridges, older models lacked one of the two essential functions that prevents ink from entering the machine's motor section from the cartridge, which is a major risk and a significant drawback of older cartridges. All of this is because, instead of a diaphragm, they used rubber O-rings as the return mechanism, and their main function was only to return the needle to its starting point. Anyway, this cartridge system has no longer been used in the modern tattoo industry for about the last 10 years, and from this perspective, diaphragm cartridges are currently considered the optimal option. The goal of today's experiment is to test the resistance of cartridge diaphragms, as this is one of the parameters that directly affects the machine's performance. In other words, if one cartridge requires 100 grams of pressure to activate and another requires 200 grams, it's clear that in the second case the machine's motor is subjected to double the load, which undoubtedly results in a proportional loss of power. This difference is more noticeable in machines with relatively low stroke and strength. It should also be noted that the machine's performance is not the only aspect affected. In the case of a wireless machine, a cartridge with a heavier diaphragm can also impact battery life. Now let's return to the experiment, which you can easily carry out yourself to more effectively choose a cartridge for your favorite machine, especially considering the wide variety of options available today. We will need a caliper and a scale. First, I'll set the measurement to 4.5 millimeters. This is the needle hang size that I usually use during work, especially for lining. Next, I'll mark the needle from its tip to the tip of the tube. Something like this. And I'll do the same for all the cartridges. After marking all of them, I take the scale and perform a simple procedure. I press the cartridge against the scale using the needle bar until the marked point on the needle, when retracted, aligns with the tip of the tube. This action will give us figures that how many grams of pressure are required to activate a specific cartridge. And yes, I understand that since I'm not using professional measuring equipment here, these figures are approximate and do not reflect 100% accuracy. However, they still give me a general idea of which cartridge would be more productive with a particular tattoo machine. Now let's gather the figures. Stigma 323G, Spark 293G, Big Wasp 256G, Nahum 260G, Ambition 272G, Lance 326G, V-Select 224.5G, WJX, 327.5G, Quadrant, 245G, Big Wasp, 457G, Cheyenne, for 77.5G, LBB Nano, 247.5G, Quadrant, 327.5G, CNC, 289.5G, Easy Revolution, 273.5G, Needle B, 379.5G, Popoomni, 360.5G, Kel, 352.5G, Mast Pro, 317G, Dragonhawk, 381.5G, Stigma, 295G, Orange, 302G. After collecting the figures, I will arrange them in order of magnitude and create a table like this. Based on this table, I divided the cartridges into two groups. Those that fall within the 224 to 324 gram range, which I consider the best option for working with tattoo pens, and those above 324 grams, which would be more productive with traditional rotary machines, since tattoo pens generally are less powerful than traditional rotaries. Once again, I'm not saying that this formula is absolute. What I mean is that with this approach, it's possible to match specific cartridges to specific tattoo machines for maximum efficiency. At a certain point, I realized it was necessary to conduct this experiment. Since the results were new to me as well, I'll be putting this theory into practice and presenting the outcomes in a future video. And not only on this topic, I'll be sharing many more interesting and useful tests and experiments, because precision in tattooing is not only about technique, it's also about mechanics. Master your tools, clean up, speed up, level up,